This MMA 30 segment is powered by The Gun Store. Next time you're in Las Vegas, if you want to shoot a real machine gun, do it at The Gun Store at 2900 East Tropicana.
This is a fun one. Again, the card is stacked with great heavyweight fights. I love this main event with Alistar and Junior Dos Santos. Junior Dos Santos has been knocking everybody out except Roy, and Alistar looks so good in that fight against Brock Lesnar. So, interesting fight.
Who do you pick?
The question is, which none of you guys asked, for me the question is, how is Dos Santos going to deal with the kicks and the knees and the elbows? And since he's been in the UFC, I've never seen him have to deal with that. Yeah. The stuff that he's going to have to deal with from Alistar Overeem. You know, he's fought a pretty one-dimensional fight. He's fought very Chuck Liddell-like in that he's great at defending the takedown and has, you know, he drops bombs, throws heavy punches, but he's never dealt with anybody who's going to throw kicks and knees and work in the clinch the way that Alistar Overeem does. And I'm real curious to see how Junior Dos Santos is planning on dealing with that. I don't know how that guy makes 205. You know, he has enough trouble getting down to 250, you know. I would be shocked. Or maybe he just shaves and he gets down to 205. I don't know, but I don't know how he's going to do it.
Well, you tried to encourage him to go there in the past, right?
I'm done. Yeah. I'm done with it. I've encouraged him to shave his face and cut his hair too, but he doesn't want to listen to that either, so whatever.
Does that mean the relationship's kind of...
No, I'm cool with him. Yeah, I like him. Hey, listen. He's a tough guy with a ton of heart. He goes in there and gives it his everything. My thing is, I've always said to him, I'd love to see you take this thing serious and really rip off some weight and try to fight. I mean, when you got a chin like that and a heart like that, I mean, you can't deny the guy's got a great chin, a ton of heart, and he can knock people out too. I mean, if he really could get to 205, he'd be a force at 205. He'd be a scary dude. He's got great wrestling, awesome submissions, great chin, a ton of heart, and has knockout power. I mean, who knows what Roy Nelson could really achieve if he applied himself. I just, you know, you got to want to do it. You got to want to get in there, take it serious, you know, seriously diet, seriously train, and then you're going to have to cut some weight the day of the fight. You know, for a guy who's gone his whole life, is big. I mean, as long as I've known Roy Nelson, as long as he's been in this business, he's been big, you know? And you don't just, it's not like when you get these guys that fight at 185 and they wrestled their entire, you know, high school and maybe college careers, and they're used to cutting weight. They know what it takes, they know how hard it is, and they can do it. So that when they make that decision, you know what, I'm going to try to get down to 70, you know, they make it happen. I don't think that's going to be easy for a guy who's been big his whole life like he has.
I saw the hockey fight in Madison Square Garden, I guess it was about a week or so ago. 3 simultaneous fights at the face-off.
Yeah, I heard about that when I was up in Canada. I didn't see it, but I heard about it, yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that? Obviously, it was at Madison Square Garden where you guys were trying to get in.
Yeah. I mean, as far as what?
Obviously, you know,
fighting in hockey or
and there they are throwing down with 3 simultaneous fights on the ice, bare fist, sticks, bare fist,
unsanctioned
blades
on. It is what it is. You know, you guys know what this whole New York thing it is. It's the dirty culinary union, people who run the culinary union. So, whatever. It is what it is. Not being in New York isn't affecting us. It'll get done, and we'll be in New York eventually.
For the play, it was going to be June 1st, and would that have been a main event? And was that a reason why it was moved? Because it's not fair for those guys maybe to fight a 5-round fight in a rematch.
They won't.
Already.
They would never fight a 5-round fight. It's not going to happen. It's a 3-round, because if they fought a 5-round fight and it was a draw, they'd have to go to a 6th round. It's a 3-round fight. If it goes to a draw,
was that a reason why it
goes to a draw and they add it up as a draw, it will go to a 4th round.
Was that a reason why it got moved? Maybe.
No, that wasn't why. But it is a main event. It's going to main event on a different card.
It is going to be the main event.
It will be a main event. Yes. Did we announce it yet?
Yeah, it's announced for June 8th.
To know if there was another fight coming.
Yeah, no, it's the main event. Yeah, it's the main event. Yeah, those guys deserve to be the main event, especially the way that everything went down. As great as that fight was, and it'll be a 3-round fight because if it goes to a draw, it'll be a 4-round fight. Can't have them do 5 and then go 6.
Plus, it's not fair for a guy to fight another extra few rounds. It seems like when Joey's just kind of relaxing, when they're already having to fight again.
Well, that is what it is. I mean, you know, it's not fair for these guys to have to fight again when it should have been added up the right way the first time, but it is what it is.
You think that very well. I was impressed.
Well, I mean, what can you do? What am I going to do? And the commission down there, you know, they took full responsibility. They apologized. They, you know, what are you going to do? Mistakes happen.
For that fight, yeah.
Isn't he nuts?
Yeah.
He's nuts, man. I mean, I don't even... Like I told you guys, I don't know if you remember when they were saying, Chael said this and Chael said that. I said, I have to hold press conferences just to squash all the shit that Chael said. The fight is happening. He has accepted the fight. And he will be with me in Brazil for the press conference.
You must be pretty happy with the 8 million viewers in Brazil for the Ultimate Fighter.
It was actually 12.
12?
Yeah.
Already.
I'm happy. The problem is down in Brazil is for some reason, I don't know what the deal is, but networks won't give out the ratings. They won't tell you what the ratings were. So we know, but most of the other people have to figure it out, or I don't know how it works down there, but it's weird. And then I don't know if you guys saw where another channel that we were talking to then went out and said these are the finalists in the Ultimate Fighter, and like tried to sabotage the whole show. But the crazy thing is you know, if you went out and you did that, you think you're hurting the UFC? You think you're hurting Globo? Globo's the top network in the country. You're hurting the kids that are you know, the contestants of the show. That's who you're hurting, the guys that are in the competition. So it's really weird the way things work out there. So, I mean, that's some dirty Josh Gross dirty type shit. You know what I mean?
This MMA 30 segment is powered by The Gun Store. Next time you're in Las Vegas, if you want to shoot a real machine gun, do it at The Gun Store at 2900 East Tropicana.